Hey everybody, Jamie here from Starter Riot. Welcome back to Thank Punk, it's Friday! Before we get started, two quick things. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're in the UK and age 18 or over, this week is the last chance you get to register to vote in the general election on June the 8th. This is very important. If you do not want old people ruining this country, then it is important. Register to vote. The deadline is early next week, May the 22nd. Register to vote right now. Do it right now. Link is in the description. Do it now. Tiger's Jaw's new album, Spin, is finally out today. Here's a little history of Tiger's Jaw for those of you who don't know. For most of their career, the band were a five-piece. They released an early demo / first album, Belongs to the Dead, in 2004. They then released their self-titled album Tiger's Jaw in 2006, which many consider to be their best work. They released another album, Two Worlds, and then 2014's Charmer was a turning point for the band. Three members of the band, including one half of the songwriting team and singer Adam McElwee, left the band, decided they just didn't want to be a part of it anymore. This split was amicable enough to record their planned album Charmer, but since then the band has been a bit in limbo. Many people thought they had broken up when that announcement was made, but then Charmer came out not long after. This album is the first new material where it's just the two original members left, Ben and Brianna. Those two have written every song on this album with producer Will Yip. It is very much a Tiger's Jaw record. And this album doesn't really feel like it's necessarily lost anything. Yes, it is different. Obviously, there isn't Adam McElwee's voice in there anymore, but what you lose in that, you gain in Brianna now writing songs and singing lead vocals on the album, which is something that's only occasionally happened on previous albums. The album still very much sounds like a Tiger's Jaw album. I think the production of Will Yip and the songwriting talents of Ben Walsh have maintained that level of consistency that Tiger's Jaw has shown throughout their career. Honestly, can't wait to delve deeper into this album. I think it could end up being one of my albums of the year. The songs that have been released so far, Guardian, June and Escape Plan, have been absolutely fantastic, and what I've heard so far has been really great. The band embark on a US tour this week with Saint Seneca and Smidley. They're also playing Leeds and Reading festivals in the UK. I'm really hoping that they're going to play a few little dates around those festival appearances as well. In sadder news, legendary grunge singer and guitarist Chris Cornell has passed away at the age of 52. He was a founding member and the frontman of the legendary grunge band Soundgarden, whose success paved the way for the Seattle grunge scene to take over the world in the early 90s. He also formed the band Temple of the Dog, whose members went on to international success with Pearl Jam. He also was singer of the supergroup Audioslave with members of Rage Against the Machine. The cause of death has been released as suicide by hanging. If you need any help with mental health, I'll put some links to great resources down in the description below. Higher Power released their debut album Soul Structure today on Ven Records. This is 90s inspired hardcore meets thrash metal, think maybe Pantera meets Suicidal Tendencies. It's definitely worth a listen just for the guitar solo on the second track, Looking Inward, which sounds like a sound effect from Sonic the Hedgehog. That deluxe edition of California by Blink-182 is out today. Some really great tracks have been premiered off this already. Really looking forward to digging into this album and see what they didn't think was worth including on the main album. But some of the tracks have actually been better than some of the tracks on the main album. Like I've said in previous episodes, I do think that Blink played it safe with California. With the lineup change and coming back, it's totally understandable. And I think this deluxe edition could really be a sign of what might come from the next Blink album, hopefully. If Matt Skiba carries on with Blink-182 and Tom DeLonge kind of shuts up going on about it in the press, maybe the next Blink album could genuinely be a really great album. Smidley has a new video, Dead Retrievers. That's off the upcoming self-titled album, which will be out on Triple Crown Records on June the 2nd. As I mentioned previously before with his other tracks, No One Likes You and Fuck This. This is the frontman of Foxing Conor Murphy's solo project. It doesn't really sound like Foxing, it's much less depressing, much happier. It does sound a little bit like Tiger's Jaw, and that's probably why they're going on tour with him. Microwave have a video for Roaches. It's off their second album, Much Love, which came out last year on Side 1 Dummy Records. The band recently toured with Real Friends in the UK. They are going on Warped Tour all summer. Be sure to catch them if you're into more emo stuff. Tricot's third album called 3 is out today on Big Scary Monsters and Top Shelf Records. This is a really fun album, really fast-paced Japanese math rock for fans of bands like Chon, Crying or Battles. The band are playing Arctangent Festival in the UK this summer around a UK and European tour. Adult Mom released their new album Soft Spots today on Tiny Engines. This is a bedroom pop lo-fi indie record for fans of bands like Alex G or Elvis Presley. It's that kind of confessional indie pop that people like Mac DeMarco have made really popular at the minute. I think if you like those kind of things, you'll really like this album. WACO have a new song called Cool and Gatter. It's off their upcoming second EP called Deathless, which will be out on Ven Records on June the 2nd. This is gruff northern punk, and it kind of sounds like the song is about moving to London, which is a big gamble for us northerners. Grieving have a new song called Brian Emo. Now, these are one of the UK's hidden treasures. Their last EP, Demonstrations, was fantastic, and this track definitely lives up to that standard. The song is apparently off an as yet untitled and unannounced debut album, which will be out at some point this year. Looking forward to this one, it should be really cool. Toronto punk band Talk Show Host released an EP today called Not Here to Make Friends. This is melodic poppy punk for fans of bands like Pup or the Flatliners. It's got that kind of same Canadian sense of humour and really great hooks in here as well. Coffee Breath have released a video for Kites. It's off their debut EP I'll Lose Interest in This, which is out later this month on Further Sky Records and Honeypot Records in the UK. The Midlands Emo Burner are inspired by bands like TTNG and Night Harvest. I can also hear quite a lot of mathy indie in here, like Bombay Bicycle Club or the Maccabees. Really cool band. Definitely check these guys out if you're into kind of mathy emo. McCafferty have a new song called Trailer Trash. It's off their upcoming EP called Thanks Sorry Sure, which will be out on Take This to Heart Records on June the 30th. This is for fans of early front bottoms, early modern baseball, early sorority noise, or a bit of tiny moving parts in there as well. The band are doing a short run of US dates with Mooseblood and Quiet Vandals in July and August. And lo-fi acoustic artist Ashwin Bandari, aka Give Up, has released a new EP, The House Is No Longer a Home. This is lo-fi acoustic stuff. There's a Daniel Johnston cover in there, so if you're into that, then this is probably for you. That's all for this week. Don't forget to register to vote if you're in the UK aged 18 and over. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next week for more Thank Punk It's Friday!